Hello. My name's Override Gaming, as you know, and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be my official review or my thoughts and analysis on the Elimination Chamber 2020. And if you're wondering why it's coming on a Tuesday, why is this on a Tuesday? Should have been on a Monday. But don't question me. Anyways, so the reason why it was on a Tuesday is because one, Raw happened yesterday, so I thought, you know what, let's see what this kind of means. Let's see how they're trying to set up WrestleMania. It's only like a month or so till WrestleMania, so you know, big plays are being made. Especially last night on Raw. Before I get on with my Elimination Chamber results, I just want to give a quick shout out to KSW. As you know, I'm working with those guys, and on the 27th of March they're holding up another event in Chrysler Great Bar, Birmingham, England. So if you're around there, come and have a go. Well, come and have a go if you think you're old enough, says Ryan Haynes, but he'll be there. Tank will be there, who's the new KSW British Wrestling Champion, by the way. Some juicy stuff happened at King's Heath, so if you do, you know, want to partake in that, of course, link will be down below for the KSW website where you can try and get your tickets and also buy them at the venue. Tickets are £7, but again, support the pro wrestling movement, support your indie shows, support your local shows. Be there 27th of March, Great Bar Chrysler. But anyways, on with the video. So I'll just explain to you what I'm going to do for this. Before the Elimination Chamber started, I was quite hopeful. The WWE Championship wasn't being defended. I saw some guys complaining on Twitter that the main championships weren't defended, so what's the point? But you'd be complaining because, you know, it would be the exact same. Lesnar would win, Goldberg would win, Bayley would win, and Becky would win if it was the Elimination Chamber matches. Let's just be quite honest. So I was quite hopeful for this because it allows the lesser talent to, one, get a pay-per-view show, and two, it allows a lot of them to have good matches, which is what I was hoping for. That's why I was kind of, you know, hoping for it, because it will be almost WWE's version of like a takeover, I guess. As you know, NXT takeovers are absolutely brilliant, so I was in high hopes for this. The way I'm going to go through this match card is I'm going to go through it backwards, simply because, in my opinion, the match of the night was the first match which started it off. But I hear you cry. There's no point in that. I will start off with the kickoff show. The kickoff show. Where basically it was the Viking Raiders versus Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Jesus Christ, I thought those guys were dead, but apparently not. Well, they should have stayed in hiding because they got their asses whooped by the Viking Raiders. I mean, it was a foregone conclusion. I think that's what the pay-per-view should have been called this time round, the foregone conclusion takeover, because a lot of the matches you would have expected to go the way it did. And that was one of them. Speaking of foregone conclusions though, we're going to start with the main event, which of course was the Women's Elimination Chamber match, which featured 3/3 of the Riot Squad, so Ruby Wyatt, Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan. I almost forgot her name. It also featured one half of the Women's Tag Team Championship, Tag Team Champion, which is Asuka, and also we featured Natalya and the badass known as Shayna Baszler. So everybody knew, you know, coming into this match that Shayna was gonna win it. I mean, come on. Okay, so that's exactly what happened. It was predictable as hell. I'm not gonna lie about it. Shayna was gonna choke everybody out. Bearing in mind, however, history was once again made because she's the only competitor to enter the Elimination Chamber and eliminate every single person. Nobody's done that. Edge hasn't done it, Randy hasn't done it, Shawn hasn't done it, Triple H hasn't done it, nobody else has done it apart from Shayna Baszler. So not only is that a big win for the women's revolution, but it's also a big win for Shayna Baszler. They're making her look like an absolute freaking beast. Other things to comment on that match, it wasn't as eventful as some of the other matches, as a down point, and I could see why the crowd was kind of wasn't liking the fact that Shayna stepped in within seconds. She eliminated two people, and then, you know, being as though it's every 5 minutes someone's got to wait. Basically every 5 minutes a person comes out of the chamber. I get it. People want to see some action, they want to see some fighting, and Shayna's just eliminated 2 people, and for the rest of the 5 minutes she's just standing there like, ha ha ha, you thought they were gonna stand a chance, right? No. So I get it, I get why people would be upset at that. However, on the flip side, if you're trying to build somebody like an absolute freaking beast, you need to do something like that. Put it this way, if Brock Lesnar, right, as much as I'm not a fan of Lesnar, I'm kind of starting to warm to him a little bit, but as much as I'm not much of a fan of Lesnar, if you're going to build him like a beast, you need him to go in there, suplex the shit out of everybody and pin them within minutes. That's how it should go if you're trying to build a monster. So again, everyone tries to shit on WWE and what they've been doing. Like it's like, if one thing goes the way they don't want it to, then all of a sudden it's this, that, and the other. I'm trying not to shit in everything WWE does this year, and honestly, they booked that match to perfection. It needed to be like that. It needed to be like that. Granted, I get some people are also complaining because they're like, Asuka should have had longer. Fair enough. Remember, she has a wrist injury, so she probably would have lasted, I'd say, about a few minutes more if she wasn't injured with the wrist. But again, they did everything. Everything was booked to perfection, to be quite honest. You could argue in other ways that Shayna tapping those guys out in quick succession allowed her to gain the heat as a top heel. You know, people may call her boring or whatever else. This is the problem I have though, and this shows how hypocritical fans are getting. You know, for years and years and years we've been complaining that call-ups for NXT don't get used properly or don't get used how they should be used. We get somebody like Shayna who is being treated like she should be an absolute badass, and people are complaining. Like, honestly, do you think the match would have worked the same way if Liv Morgan went toe-to-toe with Baszler? No. We'd be like, well, what the hell? Baszler's a really strong competitor. Why the hell is she lasting more than 5 minutes with Liv Morgan? Nah. But I can understand where people are coming from, as in, you know, the women's division is quite lackluster. But at the same time, you know, we're making a top star. So, you know, what do you want? A full women's division or a top star? And I can see why it's 50-50. But in my opinion, the match was booked correctly, so I had no problems with what happened. However, the next match, finally! Okay, so it was the Intercontinental Championship match. Braun Strowman versus Sami Zayn. Someone's just texted me. Braun Strowman versus Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cesaro. Okay, now I'm very hesitant of matches where it's a singles title, but say like a tag team or a faction is competing for the one title. I don't like it. I'll be honest, I didn't like it when Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn competed for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble, was it 2018? I think, against AJ Styles. I didn't like that idea, but again, they surprised me because they did the best they could with it. Yes, yeah, we knew Strowman was going to get his stuff in, you know, the run around, the whee, I'm going to run around and knock everyone over in the process, but I liked the way they did it. You know, Sami was kind of scared to get in the ring with Braun, so he's running away and Braun's literally knocking over Shinsuke and knocking over Cesaro in the process, which I thought was funny. I also thought it was quite funny when Sami was punching Braun Strowman and being like, yeah, see, I'm the man, and he punches Braun Strowman, Strowman no-sells it, and then just looks at Sami, and Sami's like, shit. I thought it was really good, you know, the cowardly heel aspect of that match. I think it was quite well worked, considering, again, it's a handicap match for a single title, which again I don't like, but again they did it right. Helluva kick from Sami Zayn with the suplex as well, which I think was quite well done. And finally, Sami Zayn picks up the win, and he becomes the brand new Intercontinental Championship. You get what I'm trying to say. I have a Hear Me Out episode for that, which I feel like how WWE should book that. But we'll do that in due time. Also, commiserations to Strowman. He can't catch a break, recently, can he? They had the opportunity to push him to the moon and win a major title, which they should have done, but they didn't. So he spent the next few years being a complete idiot, and now he wins the championship. His first defense, he loses it to 3 people. Again, it's a 50-50. Are we trying to build a solid division, or are we trying to create top stars? Again, I can see people with different opinion, but I think it was the right decision for Sami to go over. The last time he won a championship was the NXT Championship back in 2014, I think. I wasn't watching wrestling at that point. I took a good chunk of time not watching wrestling, so I didn't see the rise of Sami Zayn. But I know he's a lovable babyface, and he's a really good wrestler. So about damn time. But Sami's won a championship, so I'm happy for him. Next match was, I believe, the Raw Tag Team Championships, which was retained by the Street Profits. It was a good match. Solid match, very solid match. Again, Seth is a good worker, so you can't, no complaints there. Street Profits are a good tag team, good chemistry. We saw that in NXT. Murphy is also a good competitor, cruiserweight champion formerly, and he had a really good reign there on 205 Live. If anyone didn't see that, trust me, go back and watch it. That had a reason to watch 205 Live again, trust me. Really good title reign. Obviously, I knew Kevin Owens was going to get involved at some point. It's probably most likely going to be Rollins versus Owens at WrestleMania. I can see that happening. The Viking Raiders got involved because of their beef with AOP, and AOP kind of got in, was kind of like the enforcers around the ring. So the Viking Raiders got rid of them, and then the match went on, and a bit later Kevin Owens come out just eating popcorn as you do, threw it at Seth Rollins, kind of pointed towards I was about to say Montez Ford. It was Angelo Dawkins, just kind of was like, yo, he's coming for you, bro. And Angelo Dawkins bodged him into the corner. And then obviously tagged Montez Ford in. They hit the frog splash on Murphy. And then the 1-2-3 pick up the win. Stunner from Kevin Owens after the match on Rollins. So yeah, pretty self-explanatory, but it worked. Also, I do like the fact that on Raw that Rollins basically was like, oh, hey Kevin, you're right, and he comes eating popcorn, and then they absolutely beat the crap out of Owens, so that was pretty cool. What match was next? It was Aleister Black, I think. Aleister Black versus AJ Styles. Woo boy! Now, I'll be honest, it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Don't hate me. I think it was one of those matches. Personally, for me, I think those are two guys who are fast-paced and can kick the shit out of each other. But it was quite slow. And I mean, before that, AJ cut like a weird promo where I think it was SHAREfactory asked him, is the OC going to get involved? And he was like, well, yeah, it's a no disqualification match. Of course I'd have them there. So what I don't understand is, as a no disqualification match, I understand where they were trying to go, but they just kind of stood there like it was a normal DQ match. They didn't get involved until like the finish, so it was kind of like, you know what I mean? So it was what it was. I mean, we knew what was gonna happen. Undertaker comes out after the OC beat down on Aleister Black, and then basically, the gong sounds off. Undertaker's got those two in the chokehold. AJ Styles goes for the phenomenal forearm, gets caught by Undertaker. Undertaker choke slam to Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, and then AJ Styles hits the Black Mass. 1, 2, 3, Aleister Black wins. So again, keeping these guys strong. AJ was quite dominant through that match. excuse me, but also giving Aleister Black some build, which is what we like to see. And I think Aleister Black will be a main event player sometime soon. If you don't believe me, go watch his matches with Andrade, because they were really good. And also Johnny Gargano, those two put in some really good matches. Right, the next match after that, well, before that I should say, because we're going backwards, was the Tag Team Championships, I think. Yes, it was the Tag Team Championships. The SmackDown Tag Team Championships were defended inside the Elimination Chamber. Now, I was hesitant because I'd heard and I'd watched the Tag Team Elimination Chamber, the first one they did. My God, that was horrible. So I was hoping hoping it would be better, but I could see this being a steaming hot pile of shit. In the cages though, you had the SmackDown Tag Team Champions Miz and Morrison. Miz and Morrison, hey ho ho. Miz and Morrison, hey ho ho. Sorry, it's 2009 again, and like I marked out when those two got back together, because like, oh my God, they were so good as a tag team. But anyways, they had these guys. You had the Miz and Morrison, you had Heavy Machinery, Paul Otis, we'll get to that in a minute. You had Heavy Machinery, obviously Rudolph, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. I hate them as a tag team. I'm sorry, I can't get behind them. Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode have been victims of, you know what, you two go together as a tag team, you guys will work. No, they don't. But they're just mishmashed together. It happened with Drew, well, that one kind of worked. It happened with Braun Strowman with the Dogs of War crap. It happened with Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. It happened with those guys and Baron Corbin. They just get shipped with people. Like, it's stupid, okay? You also had the New Day, and also the Usos, as well as the Lucha House Party. What the hell? I thought they were dead as well. And to be fair, one of them tried to freaking kill themselves by doing a shooting star press off the flipping Elimination Chamber. But anyways, we'll get to that. So the match started off with the Usos and the New Day. Great chemistry, as you guys know. Those two can tear the house down. Really solid match. Then, I think it was, who came in next? It was the Lucha House Party, and I was disappointed with those guys because they botched quite a lot. They really did botch quite a lot, but in hindsight, as me training as a professional wrestler, I know that sometimes, especially that kind of style, you ask them to do a lot of difficult stuff. So I'll take it easy on those guys, because you know they're flipping about, and you know the cage, and you know a lot of things can go wrong. So again, fair plays. You know, they did botch quite a bit, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, because some of the stuff they managed to do afterwards, holy shit. So then they came out, did their thing. Then Heavy Machinery came out, they did their thing. You know, hitting people, Miz and Morrison came out next. I think it's all six. No, because the Lucha House Party got eliminated first, because as I explained earlier, Lince Dorado climbed to the top of the pod, then climbed the cage, then monkey barred over the top of the cage, then started swinging back and forth and shooting star presses off the Elimination Chamber cage and down to Miz and Morrison and all the rest of the guys down below. Which I'll have to add, a shooting star press is difficult enough. This shit was fucking bonkers. There's my first F word of the video, but it's well deserved. It was absolutely freaking nuts. So didn't last long though. They had their little moment in the sun, and they lost to I think it was Miz and Morrison who pinned those guys. Then Rudolph came out. Bloody hell, flipping, I almost forgot. Took a night, you madman, big ass man like you, and you're flipping, you know, doing swanton bombs off the pod, bro. Yo, that was nuts. But anyways, basically it all came down to Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler was in the pod, I think, or close to the pod. Otis goes after Dolph Ziggler because obviously him and Mandy Rose, and yeah, they really the less said about that storyline, the better. But He basically goes to tackle Dolph Ziggler. He misses him. He keeps running with his momentum, goes through the pod, not only through the pod, but out the cage. And he most of that to perfection. We thought Otis was freaking dead. Tucker sees that and he's like, Dolph, I'm gonna kill you. So those two team up on Tucker Knight, gets glorious DDT'd, and Dolph and Rude pick up the win. Heavy Machinery are eliminated. What I also like about it is that Tucker, after he lost, went straight to Otis. That's, you know, got that tag team bond in there, which, thank God, it's nice to see. But quickly after, the New Day got rid of Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, so they were out. Then Usos and New Day teamed up on Miz and Morrison, which is great. And then those two kind of squared off against each other, which we know would happen. Every team for themselves. Again, great chemistry between New Day and the Usos. Miz and Morrison got him. Did they get involved? No, I think what happened? I think the Usos hit the splash. No, that was it. That was it. Kofi got too overzealous, dives off the top rope, and then Miz and Morrison capitalized. They got the win. And then it was Usos versus Miz and Morrison. John Morrison pins the Usos, and also the Miz pins and gets the rope because no DQ. They go off with the win and they keep their tag team titles, which, thank God, Miz and Morrison, hey hey, ho ho, Miz and Morrison, hey hey, ho ho, they retain the championship, which is rightfully deserved. But again, a lot of carnage, action packs, that's what we want. Next match after that, well, before that, again, we're working backwards. We had Humberto Carrillo versus Andrade. Now, here's the thing, it was a great match. Great, you know, these two are great wrestlers. Again, I'm not too, you know, pleased the fact that it ended in a roll-up. I would have liked to see Andrade hit the Hammerlock DDT, but it wasn't to be. It was still a great match. Two world-class Lucha Libre athletes going at it. I will say this though, you need to do something with Humberto, and because, how to put it, obviously me browsing on Twitter, the general consensus for Humberto is no one cares about him. The white meat babyface thing doesn't really work, which, you know, as we expect. But I think, you know, give him something, give him something to go off. You know, he can't be just there, you know, I'm happy to be here, babyface, because that doesn't work. You know, a lot of people were like, yeah, he's a great wrestler, but I don't care about him. I saw one person put a poll on Twitter and they were like, who cares about Humberto? And the two options were no or who. And if that doesn't tell you anything, I don't know what does. So yeah, we need to do something with Humberto creatively to, you know, get something about him, but don't make it lame, don't make it cringy, you know, not like that. But, you know, we need to do something with Humberto. And then we come to, for me, the PS de Resistance. The match of the freaking night was the first one. How about that? Okay, it was like these two guys went and said, you know what, here's the bar, right, we're the first match out, there's the bar, try and beat it. You guys came here, we're up here. And of course I'm talking about freaking Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak. Now for those of you who are like, yo, Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak, why the hell is Daniel Bryan facing someone who does PowerPoint presentations? Are you mad? Do you not know the map pedigree? The map pedigree of Drew Gulak, fam? Are you mad? Do you not know how my man takes it to the mat? There was a thing he did before 205 Live, which was, he did the no-fly zone, which I thought was quite a funny gimmick. But you know, they made him look like an idiot on the main roster. But when he got to 205 Live, he knocked it out of the park. He knuckled down, and he was this submission monster, a bit like Baszler. But legit, he tapped everybody to freak out. Even on 205, you know, 205 Live, he won the Cruiserweight Championship, and his catchphrase was, "If you step to me, you'll tap out." Now, if that's not a badass, I don't know what the hell is. All right, but he came up to Daniel Bryan on the SmackDown before and said, "Look, I found some holes in your game." Daniel Bryan was like, "All right then, Let's see what I got then. And holy shit, holy freaking shit, Drew actually did find weaknesses in this game. My god, the dude matted him. He matted him. He dare I say, he out-matted Daniel Bryan. He out-matted him. I don't know anybody in WWE who was took Daniel Bryan to the mat like Drew Gulak. And not only that, right, but Drew was in his hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, so he had the home crowd advantage, which they weren't really cheering for him. They were cheering for Daniel Bryan more. But either way, you know, it was a feel-good moment. He got a chance to shine. So honestly, dude, kudos to Drew Gulak. There was also a scary moment. Hopefully Daniel's okay, where he basically dropped on the back of his head. Drew gave him her German suplex, threw him back, and Daniel landed on his head. Which obviously we hope it's not the end of Daniel Bryan, but again, I think it's probably done on purpose because, you know, they wanted to make it look like a hard-hitting match, and it did. It delivered from start to finish. I was expecting good things of that match, and holy shit was I not disappointed, and nobody else should be disappointed either. Drew Gulak is a freaking great wrestler. I saw him on the Celtic Warrior workouts, and this guy is a student of the game. A student of the game. This guy was, you know, helping Sheamus get back in shape. He goes down to the Performance Center in his own time, off his own back, to help people get up there. I can't think of a better opponent for Daniel Bryan to face than Drew Gulak, and hopefully those two get to square off again at WrestleMania. And please, WWE, make it a submission match. Please do that, because these two are fucking world-class athletes and they deserve the freaking spotlight. I don't care what anybody says, but great match. I could say enough good things about that match. It was freaking brilliant. But anyways, that's my take on the Elimination Chamber. I'm going to give it a rating out of 10, and I'm going to give it a strong 7.5. It did what it needed to do as a final pay-per-view for WrestleMania. It didn't show many pointless matches. Or even if there were matches which were predictable, they had a point to it. So, you know, like the Elimination Chamber match with the women, you know, Baszler was going to win, but they made a point, which was great. You know, it's a great antagonist to Becky's championship run, which I thought was very good. You know, it was, what can I say? What I liked about the pay-per-view the most is it gave people the opportunity to have good matches, which is what we've been asking for WWE for so freaking long, and they've delivered on that. I can't praise that pay-per-view enough. Yeah, fair enough, some of the matches went a bit dead, but it allowed these guys to have good matches. Would you rather see Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak go at it for 10 minutes, have a great match, rather than Brock Lesnar wiping out another potential main event star in 30 seconds? I know I wouldn't want to see that. I know which one I'd want to see. So again, WWE, hats off. You guys did freaking brilliant. What a great pay-per-view, and it makes me even more excited for WrestleMania. I've been saying this, right, the card looks stacked. Please guys, wrestling Twitter, wrestling Instagram, wrestling Tumblr, the wrestling community, trust me when I say this. Stop your freaking complaining. This is good, okay? The card they've got stacked and the potential matches we could see. Holy crap, okay? Holy crap. I'm telling you now, this is probably shaping up to be one of the best WrestleManias in a long time. I haven't been excited about our WrestleMania in a good long while. So I may be excited for like a couple of matches, but I am hopeful that this is going to be great. We've got Goldberg versus Roman Reigns. It's going to be a great match. Lesnar versus Drew. Hopefully they make the right decision with that. Cena versus The Fiend. Undertaker versus AJ. Randy Orton versus Edge, which will probably happen. Baszler versus Becky. We got Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. The first time an NXT Championship is going to be defended at WrestleMania. Holy shit, are you mad? My dudes, we are shaping up to have a fantastic WrestleMania, and Elimination Chamber just helped out with that. So without further ado, guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. I hope you have a great day and a great night. As always, I've been Over Gaming. Check out KSW on the 27th of March, and as always, I hope you've enjoyed. So take care. See you guys later. Bye now.